Why didn't they tell me that we can meditate and experience God? Was I just told to run after money, women, drugs, alcohol, getting drunk? Why was I told that was important, but never told you can experience God? And I was actually really annoyed. I was like, what the? Had I ever known that it was so good, I wouldn't have wasted all that time, money, running after this other bakwas. I was thinking, you know what? The Gurus, they can't do me any wrong. So if this is what he was on about, let me just see what it does for me. Imagine you're standing at top of a slide, yeah, big water slide, or a start of a roller coaster, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji is putting you on there. He said, come on, Bhaja, don't worry about it. And I was like, I'm the kind of person, if Guru Gobind Singh was pushing me down a hill, I'll be like, oh, okay, off I go. I'll just have a go. Because it's Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So I just got in the morning, every morning at 4 a.m, just get down there and just start saying Vaheguru. And a week later, I was like, this is heaven. Why didn't anybody tell me you can experience God while you're alive? And it was an amazing experience. Nothing like the drugs and the alcohol and the women. Way, way better. I was blown away by it. Nowhere in the history of mankind have they written their own Bani. Jesus left none of his own Bani. Muhammad left none of his own Bani that was written down by him and checked by him. Only the Gurus come down and start writing their own stuff, compiling it, codifying it, numbering it, putting it into a text for us that we cannot mess up. It's like people are trying to bake, they say, hey, bake yourself a loaf. A human being trying to make this loaf for thousands of years, yeah? And we keep messing it up because you've got like ingredients list missing and stuff, like we're trying to guess how to make it. We got all the ingredients, we don't know how to make it, or put a bit of this, put a bit of that. And along comes the baker, comes down, gives you the list, makes it, over 200 years of training you how to make that loaf, and then now we can make the loaf. And then, for some stupid reason, we take his booklet and put it up on a shelf and don't look at it again. You wonder why the hell our loaf doesn't work. This is what's happening in our community now. We put away the instruction manual to success, and instead we picked up the book of failure. I said, let's just go through this for a little while. Why not? It looks fun. Why not? In here is God, and in here is Guru. Because Guru and God are the same. All you have to do is call God's name. To find the Sat, the truth, chant His name. It's just simple. To find Him, call Him. Vaheguru, Vaheguru Ji, Ek Oankar, Sat Naam, Karta Purkh, Nirbhau, Nirvair, Akal Murte, Ajuni Sapang, Gur Prasade, Jap Adi Sach, Jugad Sach, Happy Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhi Sach. Pai Parapat Manuk Dehuriya, Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya, Avar kaaj tere kite na kaam, Mere sadh sangat bhaj keval naam, Saranjam lag pavjal taran kya, Janam birtha jaat rang maya kya rahau, Jap tap sanjam dharm na kamaya, Seva sad na janya har raya, Kaho Nanak hum neech karma, Saran pare ki rakho sarma. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. I'll be given this topic, spirituality. So before I start describing what it is, I thought we'd just have a conversation about what it isn't, or just contrast how the world sees Sikhi nowadays to what it might be. Yeah. So I want to ask you guys for a bit of help. Yeah, you're all bright students. You're at university. You're used to putting your hands up and talking, so don't get shy today, okay? I'm going to start asking you questions about what is it to be a Punjabi nowadays. So a Punjabi Sikh, what does that mean nowadays? Yeah. So on this hand, exhibit 1 is you get to fill in the blanks. Yeah. Punjabi Sikh. Okay. Just don't tell me what it should be, just tell me what it is. Reality, yeah? Let's be real. So, who wants to speak up first? Hanji.
Maybe like you're just kind of born into like Sikh family but not really taught.
Okay. So, not taught. Sikhi, yeah. Born a Sikh. Okay, what else? What do we identify with this word?
Most of your existence is like dominated regarding Jatt and like what caste you belong.
Okay, caste is a massive part in what it means to be a Punjabi Sikh. Okay, what else? Hanji?
History.
History, okay, so you're getting lessons on your history. I mean, when you say history, do you mean that you're taught your history properly, or you just...
You're taught basically that you're meant to be brave, you're meant to be strong.
Okay, great, that's what I wanted to hear. Just don't give me words like this, yeah? Give me the actual thing, right? So, what does that mean? So we're taught to be brave and strong. Great, what else? What else are we taught? What does that mean? What is Punjabi Sikh history? We say people, I'm part of my history. What do they mean? Hanji?
To do with that point, I feel as though it's always once we were, as in once we were this.
Okay, so there's always this, we were like this, yeah? Once we were great. Once we were warriors. Go on.
Outside of our own community, people see that title, they're affiliated with heavy drinkers.
Okay, good. So let's get to the truth. Let's not hold back. Heavy drinking. Oh yes, I've been there and done that. One of my cousins always reminds me the last time when we went to a big wedding, and I'd assumed that behind the sofas you could puke up because I was mashed. And unfortunately, there was behind the sofas there was a big panel, and behind that panel there was a whole bunch of mirrors. So everybody could see what I was doing in the corner. It was like the worst idea ever. So yeah, he always rubs that into my face, so I thought I'd put it out there. So yeah, heavy drinking, big part. This is my Punjabi existence anyway, growing up till I was about 21. Well, so I'm going to put a few things in there, yeah? We love our chicken, yeah? Meat. Meat, yeah, chicken, tandoori. What else? Oh, so are we quite big eaters, yeah? Aren't we? Say, Punjabi family, big eating. It's all about getting yourself stuffed, yeah? Pronte, right? Loads of milk, paneer, chicken. Okay, so we're not really that healthy, are we? Yeah, so there's a lot of unhealthy, yeah? Let's put that next to it just to rub it in a bit more. Once we were warriors, now we're big eaters, unhealthy and stuff. Okay, we've got to cry. Hanji?
There's still a big stigma about male dominance.
Okay, good. Right, so it's running out of things here, isn't it? Male, dominant. Okay. Because there's a hypocrisy element, isn't there? There's a hypocrisy element of what we tell people and what the reality really is, isn't it? Yeah. What else?
For some reason we hate Muslims.
Okay, so we've got hate. Okay, so before it was, after 1984 it was Muslims, and then after 1947 it was Muslims, and then after 1984 it was Hindus as well, yeah? Let's put them in there as well, so we don't really hate them on a personal level, we've got their mates, but deep down, there's this hate of Hindus as well. Okay, fair enough. What else? What else we got going on? Hanji?
They're known to be quite violent.
Okay, violent, let's put that in good. Heavy drinking. Add that to a bit of violence, well, you've got a perfect formula for craziness. Are they very good at resolving things? Are they very good at talking to each other? Like, oh, let's just discuss this calmly over a cup of tea. No. So, violent, and so they can't debate or discuss, yeah? Oh, we should have put in here, something about big egos. Put that in. Punjabi people, it's all about your face and how much your ego is. Yeah, put that in capitals. All right, I'm going to run out of things here, so I'm going to move on to this one. What else have we got going on?
Gossiping.
Okay, gossiping. Pride is in there already, well, but big time gossiping. Okay, Gurdwara in the back, people talk about you. And what about you? Never mentioned like ostentatious display of like our wealth and stuff. We like our BMWs and our big houses, isn't it? Even if the bank account's not looking so good, you know, we've got to keep up with the Joneses and stuff. Right? Or the so we've got show off your money, yeah, clothes, cars. Yeah, it's got to be the. And I found out that in Kenya they call us Mabenzis. The Sikhs, they're called Mabenzis because they've always got a Mercedes Benz. Yeah. So that's like a. No matter how old it is, it's got to be a Mercedes. Yeah. Okay, what else are we good for? Let me see what we've missed out here so far.
Finance and medicine.
Oh yeah, so we're always going into careers that are well-paying careers, yeah? There's no sort of like, arts. Let's look at, why don't you be an artist? It's all about doctor, accountant, stuff like this, yeah? Okay. None of you really sort of talked much about like female feticide or some of the problems we've got going on at the moment with being a Punjabi Sikh, yeah? So we've got feticide, female, killing our daughters before they're even born. Yeah, and obviously not just feticide, but like actually kurimar, killing girls off so they disappear after they're born, just die suddenly, randomly. Okay, that's the sad part. So this was the funny part here. Now we're bringing, come on, bring some real dirt. Let's let's go and dig deep, Hanji.
Corruption in the Gurmat.
Oh yeah, corruption's a big one. Yeah, corruption. Okay. Okay, so we can do Gurdwara and politics, innit? Any Sikh politics situation, whether it's India or here, we've got corruption. Backhanders, my mates, it's who you know, innit? Let's face it, who you know, not about what you can do. Whom you know, who are you to me kind of thing. Okay? So we haven't gotten to the point where we actually look at CVs of people, see what they could bring to the table. It's more like, oh, mera ya, theek ya, put him in. Yeah, what else? What problems we got going on in our community? Stuff we don't talk about too much. This stuff's easy to talk about. What's that stuff, Hanji?
Things like the debt that comes with land back in India, but no one really wants to talk about it.
Debt that comes with land?
Yeah.
Okay, so but you mean like farmers in India killing themselves, yeah? Farmer suicide, great. How many people talk about that much over here? Is that something discussed in Gurdwara too much? Like explain to people, well, why is it happening? No? It's just sort of assumed, it just happens. People kill themselves in India. Happy farmers kill themselves at the rate of like 1 a minute or something crazy like that. Okay. What else stuff we don't want to talk about? What about domestic violence? Yeah. Family breakdowns. That's not really discussed much either, is it?
Dowry.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Dowry. You know, some of this stuff will happen in your family, but it won't be talked about. So you never get to relate or get to deal with it. You have to shut up. Or if you're one of the people that's involved in it, you can't discuss it with anybody. Big stigma, isn't it? It's all about. So there's a lot of stigma for things, yeah. So it's most like there's no counselling. Big stigma of everything. Mental illness, stigma. Physical illness, stigma. Anything, stigma. Shush.
Grooming as well.
Grooming going on. Sorry, what was the other?
Sexual assault.
Okay, yeah, we'll take that further. Let's go to so sexual assault, rape. I don't think many women want to come forward to face that, given our community is not going to really support them too much. Sorry, you had what was that? What was the one you just said? Because he superseded. What was the one you said? Grooming. So we got that. So you've got both sides. You've got girls that are sexually assaulted, or boys sexually assaulted by people in our community, but you've also got this stuff going on. but no one really wants to talk about this because they don't want to come out and say my girl was with somebody outside. Yeah? Or even inside the community, that this grooming thing, it's very hard because the groomer is not like normal assault, which is, what is normal assault. Somebody grabbing someone they don't know, but it's more surreptitious, you don't quite know what's going on. Is it grooming, is it not grooming, Okay. What else? Come on, there must be some more stuff you guys can throw out. Oh yeah, that's Bangla. That's the first thing I was thinking to come out over there straight off. So let's put Bangla on this side because this is like the positive negativities over here. Yeah. So all the stuff like not so good, but we can talk about this stuff. This stuff we don't get to talk about. What else? Anything else? Hanji.
Homosexuality.
Okay, that's a good one as well. Not really discussed, is it? But obviously it happens, and there are gay Sikhs. Alright, I think, could go on all day. We've got enough on our plate here to deal with it. Okay, Punjabi Sikhs currently, or this is but Sikhs, yeah? Sikhs, Punjabi Sikhs, or it's not Sikhism, but let's say Punjabi Sikhs consist of this stuff at the moment. There is good stuff in there as well. Obviously, we talked about being brave and, what we were great, we've got a big background. What do we tend to tell people about Sikhi then? Let's just draw a line here. So, let's say Mr. Smith walks into a Gurdwara and they say, oh, please do explain to me what your religion is about. What do we tend to say? So don't tell me what it should be, just tell me what you end up hearing. Go on, Benny. Okay, so we tell people, you know what, we do a lot of seva, yeah? So, how we sell Sikhi, yeah? How do we sell it at the moment? So you talk about seva, so we've got langar in there, we'll talk a little bit about Midlands langar seva is doing outside, or SWAT is giving blankets out and stuff like this, yeah? Peaceful, so we're very peaceful, okay? All these guys walking around with swords, talking about peace. So we're brave, but we keep talking about being peaceful as well. Yeah? Okay, what else?
Equality.
We talk about equality, don't we? We always say we're very equal. Yeah? Equality. Men and women are equal. That's what we say. Right? Okay, what else do we say?
That's a martial race.
We say that, do we? Yeah? Martial race, yeah. We say we are brave people, yeah? Martial race. That's a very strong word, yeah? Martial race. Seems to imply that we're all born with like the 300, But when they pick up that baby and they're not good enough, throw him out. And then every little child is brought up to fight and stuff like this. You can imagine that when you watch the beginning of 300 and you're like, yeah, that's how it should be, man. But, when we look at our community, you might be like, where's that martial race gone? Okay. What else do we talk about when we sell? We're just talking about what we tell people about Sikhi, yeah? Like what do we tell people on a piece of paper when they come to the Gurdwara? What is Sikhi about? Come on, people are behind you.
We tend to say it's one creator.
Yeah, we talk about one God. Yeah, we all believe in one God. Oh, I love the next bit we always say, all religions are equal. This is the best one. How to confuse the hell out of someone. Equal. All religions, no matter good or bad, no matter what they say, they're all equal. And we're like, oh, that's nice. Figuring it out, what does that mean? Does it mean that? Okay, go on, what else do we say? We'll go through these one by one, then we'll examine them, yeah? Go on. Hanji.
Meditation.
Oh, you've heard that at a Gurdwara talk? I'm surprised. Has that ever happened to you? I've never heard that at a Gurdwara talk. Okay, so sometimes we talk about meditation and Simran, yeah? If you're lucky, you get to hear about this. Okay, let's stop there for a second because that's enough. Okay, so looking at all of this, the reality, are we actually doing the seva that requires to be done? Let's be honest here. Are we doing the seva? We've got this problem like farmer suicide, corruption, feticide, family breakdown, people got no counselling, stigma, grooming, sexual assault going on, yeah, heavy drinking and all this male dominant culture. Are we doing the service that we need to be doing? Is it what? Well, Sikhs are heavy eaters anyway. Do they need langar? Do we need langar to get fed? Most of us? Not really. And at the same time, are many homeless people actually aware that there's langar going on in the Gurdwara? Do we have signs outside saying, welcome, come in here, you come in here if you're hungry? Have you ever seen that outside the Gurdwara? Welcome, if you're hungry you can have a meal here? No. So most people don't even know that langar is available. And there's few groups that go out and do seva of the Gurdwara. They do the seva of giving langar out. But there's about, you could count those on one hand. 2 hands, right? You can count probably about 10 groups across the country that actually do this, and they are not very funded by the community, are they? They're more like people doing it themselves individually, innit? You haven't seen a big Gurdwara come up to them and say, here's £10,000, go and do some seva. Or you haven't seen a Gurdwara set up one of those groups, have it? You haven't seen a Gurdwara saying, this is our seva group, we go out every Sunday and do this. It's individuals that have come along and done it, right? So as a community, we ain't doing this really, seva. But we talk about it. Are we peaceful as a community? You brought up over here, violent. We've got dowry, we've got family breakdown, sexual assault going on, and no one's talking about it. How peaceful are we to not even address issues that need to be addressed? It's all like it's like a layer, it's a veneer, isn't it? It's like a fake. Yeah, we're peaceful. But the minute you can talk to me, we can't talk to each other, we have a fight in a Gurdwara. How peaceful is that? In Southall, if there's a panga between Gurdwara committees, what is the first person who gets a phone call? Who is the first people to get a phone call? The police. The kabaddi. Yeah, no, that's before the fight kicks off. Each side's on to the kabaddi people. They come on down, bro, we need you right now. And then it kicks off and the police are in the Gurdwara, aren't they? Right? Even before there's a kick-off, the police are there, just in case there's a kick-off. Elections in a Gurdwara, police there. More police presence. And you're like, what? I thought we were just voting for the next group to come in. How did the police turn up? You don't see elections in this country conducted in that way, do you? But we have them in a Gurdwara conducted that way. So we're peaceful, but yeah, we're not really. Basically, we don't bother anybody outside. We're not blowing. What we mean by peaceful is, we're not blowing people up. Please don't hurt us. That's what we're saying by that peaceful. Yeah? We ain't going to sit on a bomb in London and blow up. Just don't hurt us either.
But we did.
Yeah? Well, not in London.
Not in London, but we did.
Well, we weren't peaceful. We weren't always peaceful. We had to do things. We had to do things. That's debatable. Let's just leave that for now. Let's talk about equality. Have we got a lot of equality?
No.
Okay. No? Fair enough.
About the caste system.
Yeah, so there's not a lot. So you could
Everyone's at the top.
yeah.
No one's at the bottom.
Yeah, this caste system's crazy because surely someone's got to be at the bottom. It's like a Brave New World. Everybody's convinced they're the best, and everybody else is worse off than them. Hanji.
Just to elaborate what you said, I went to a Gurdwara a few months ago,
Yeah.
and I saw a marriage list. It was
Oh.
husband and wife, what caste they are.
Yeah.
Right, subject to-
No, it's inside. It's in every Gurdwara when you go to register now. They'll say, "What caste are you?" You're like, "Huh?" You're like, "Hold on. Did I turn out to some other religion? Or are we still in a Sikh religion?" Man say, "Agge Jatt na jor hai, agge jivan ve." Here they're asking you what your caste is. Remind me the last time any Jatt in this country did any farming. All right, if you want to be a Jatt, fair enough. But then move to Fresno, buy a Sikh farm, grow oranges and grapes, and I will respect you as a Jatt. But if you go work as a doctor, drive a BMW for work and back, and you go on a tube, you ain't no Jatt. If you could even make milk and make it into dahi and into makhan, I might call you a Jatt. But if you can't even do that much, if you go and buy to the shops and buy your butter and your dahi, what kind of Jatt are you? Yeah? Maybe there should be like marks for Jattness. Maybe they come in with Jatt, okay, but pass a test of Jattness. And we give you the stamp of being a Jatt. If you can't pass the simple test, you can't grow nothing. Everything you grow dies in your kitchen, let alone in your garden. Then you shouldn't be a Jatt, innit? Because a caste used to be a profession. You can't be saying I'm a doctor if you can't heal no one. You can't say you're a carpenter if you can't cut wood and you never even use the axe. You just get some Polish guy to come and do it for you. Yeah, you ain't no Tarkhan then, are you? Right? Okay. What about we've got this martial race? How many Sikhs feel now Here, where we live in the West, we're a martial race.
Depends. We take up quite a bit of the army.
Huh?
We take up quite a bit of the British army.
We take up, I was in the British Army. I don't know if you realise that we take up this much of the British Army. We've got about 50 or 60 Sikhs out of 80 or 90,000 people. We don't take up any bit of the army. No, there's no Sikhs in the Indian Army maybe. In the British Army, we ain't no one here. No way. I was in the British Army for 4 years. I can tell you, it's very hard recruiting people. But we're up for a fight. I'll give you that. We're up for a fight. Whenever there's a panga, they're out on the streets. Yeah, they're up for that. But are they really martial race? Martial race means you're trained, innit? You learn how to fight. Like where was the last time, apart from swinging sticks around a gurdwara, that there was like hardcore classes for kids like training up to becoming like martial artists by the time they're 18? You know, they brought in the gurdwara and they said, what's your kid running around here like an idiot for? Get him in the class. You know, a martial race and a martial culture we used to have. It was a martial culture that every child would learn how to fight. Yeah, it was like 300. Every kid is expected to go and train. Every kid is expected to learn so they can one day be a soldier. That might be how the Nihang Singhs live. And the Nihang Dal, you might be given jobs to do, you might be given training to do. If you're of a certain age and you haven't learned certain things, they might put you into training. But it's not where we are now. It's a facade, isn't it? But we tell this stuff every weekend to school trips. Just tell them this stuff, but it ain't real. What about one God? Because some Sikhs are confused about this stuff as well. You know, where is that God? He's up there. Really? We sent spaceships up there, you know? And what do they see? The stars and the heavens. They don't see the heavens, they just saw the stars and they saw planets. They're like, no existence of God up here, so I have to report Houston, there is no God up in space. So we keep pointing up to as God. And Guru Sahib never points up to as God. So they confuse a lot of us about where this God is. You know? And obviously the Christian meaning of the word God is he's above the world, isn't it? He's not inside it. But as we say Karta Purkh, he's a doer, he's right inside it. And a lot of Sikhs don't understand what God is. And I'll tell you one thing, this Mool Mantar, that's supposed to be our definition of God, isn't it? What in the Mool Mantar talks about this stuff? We all teach our kids Mool Mantar, right? Well, Nirpo, we have a lot of fear. It's a good point. Let's talk about fear in our community. Are we fearless? We're full of fear, man. If you say go and do something, when I was like wanted to go to India and learn Punjabi, and my dad was like, you're going to become a Kharku. You want to do anything good for your Panth, the first thing people say is, what about this? What about this? What about that? And you're, I'll stay at home then. They take the air out if you. We're all full of fear now. Eh na kari, eh nahi ho jauga, eh na kari, oh na kari. We bring our kids up fully scared. They're scared of doing anything outside the norm. Being an artist, doing something different. They're scared of failure. They're scared of striving out. They're scared of doing anything for the Panth. We're scared of Shahidi, big time. Bhai Jagraj Singh wants to be Shaheed. People are begging him, please don't be Shaheed. Bhai Rajawana is saying, I want to be Shaheed. People are begging him, please don't be Shaheed. But Sahib, they talk about Shahidi, and they were out there becoming Shaheed. We applaud them. But when it comes to us not giving Shahidi, ain't no Shahidi. Well, what we're scared of? We're scared of death. Isn't it? All scared of death. The Maharaj says, Maran kal ka tras nevariye. Wipe out my fear of death. Tras is fear. That moment of death, Maran kal. Kal means time. Maran means death. Yeah? Maran kal ka tras nevariye. Take it away. But we're all scared of death. Because we don't know what death is about. No one's taught us what death is. I went to a funeral recently, and I was explaining to the people that what death is for us is that taking off clothes. Karmi ave kapda, nadri mokh dwar. Your kapda, your clothes, by your previous actions, you be given this human body. This is just your clothes. So when you just take the clothes off, you're not scared of that. There were a reason why Sikhs would go up and die in their thousands. They didn't fear death. Now, if there's a morcha, people are scared to go and get involved in that morcha in case they die, in case they get hit even. Tu na jai put, tu lag jai ta, mera ki hovega. Guilt trips were the same mothers that used to send their little babies up in the sky to be stabbed by spears. same mothers, same Punjabi community, now opposite end, pulling you back, not pushing you forward. Yeah. So nirpo and nirvair, we got loads of vair, man. You just talked about hate of Hindus and Muslims. We got a vair galore, you know. We hate everybody. Can't deal. We don't know how to deal with it. We just hate them instead. We can't work out how to solve the problem, so it's easiest to hate them. Yeah. And then this is the crazy thing we tell people: all religions are equal. When we were in Bani, Maharaj says all religions are equal. Don't criticize anybody. And what I see in Bani, Guru Sahib is telling the Brahmins how to be a Brahmin. They're telling the Musliman how to be a Musliman. They're telling them you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, all the Gurus are criticizing everybody left, right and center that's doing wrong stuff. But we just sit there saying all religions are equal and confuse the hell out of our youth. Right? And our youth think, if all religions are equal, why should I follow mine? I can just follow any other religion. So then I wonder, like, why should I follow Sikhi? And then other people listen to us and they go, oh well, if all religions are equal, then why should I follow your religion? Hanji.
In Bani, doesn't Guru Nanak really say not for Hindu, not for Muslim?
That's not in Bani, firstly. That's Janam Sakhi. That's Janam Sakhi when they said they came out. That just means there is no religion. That didn't say Sare Hindu te Sare Musalman same ne. They say people are the same. They don't say religions are the same. They specifically say all people are same, are equal. But they never once say religions are equal, because a religion is a philosophy. How can all philosophies be the same? Some are obviously going to be closer to the truth, and some are going to be further away from the truth. You can't walk up to a guy who's worshipping stone and say, no mate, it's alright, what you're doing is fine. You just carry on worshipping your stone, and we'll worship Nirankar inside us, and it's cool. You get to heaven, I get to heaven. When Guru Sahib is saying, cussing that guy, he says, Kuch pahan mein parameswar nahi. There is no stone, there is no God in a stone. But we say, oh no, it's alright to worship stones. Let them. You got to understand the concept. The concept is not that all religions are equal, all people are equal, and philosophies are either closer to the truth or further away from the truth. We don't think all religions are equal. We think our Guru taught the truth and the best truth. And whoever comes close to that truth, we accept. Those people that are Muslim but are walking the path of truth laid out by our Gurus, great. Those people that are going away from the path of truth laid out by our Gurus, we don't accept. If somebody is a Hindu but they're walking the path of truth that we have, then they're cool. Like Bhagat Kabir Ji, Naam Dev Ji. But if they start walking away from this truth and they start following some other ritualism which doesn't pay off anything, then why did Guruji go and tell them that they shouldn't be doing that? Why did they start throwing water the other way? Or criticize them for the arti? They wouldn't have done that unless they thought, this isn't right. It's no good to you, wasting your time. Kuch changa kaam kar lo. Right? So we don't believe all religions are the same. And this one we hardly ever talk about. I'm going to talk about this now. Imagine now if a Gora walked into a Gurdwara and we had to explain to them the Mool Mantar. Just the Mool Mantar, Guruji's message. How many of us could now happily explain just the very first paragraph, the very first statement of Guru Nanak Dev Ji? How many of you feel confident about explaining the Mool Mantar? Anybody? Any one person? About 40, 30 of you here at least, maybe more. Just Mool Mantar, you couldn't explain it. Who could explain it? Have a go. Who could have a stab at it? Okay, one person so far has put their hand up, have a stab at it. We're in trouble, innit? Two people will say, I'll have a tentative go. What would we translate ik oankar as? There is one God. That's the ik. How we translate the oankar now?
Isn't it that sound that created?
Yeah, the sound that created everything, yeah? The one who's a creator, sustainer and destroyer. Could we get into that detail? Why don't we understand the very first paragraph our Guru said to us? Or says to us every day?
People say it differently all the time. In terms of people explain it differently all the time.
No, people explain differently, but surely there's got to be some sort of like education. Even if you have two different explanations. I never said to you, who could explain it my way? I just said, who could explain it? Like I did this at the boss camp. I asked, he's a majority Amritari audience. And I said, who has listened to Japji Sahib at least once? katha of Japji Sahib from anybody. I don't care who, just any one person spent the time to go through Japji Sahib, the meaning of it, by somebody who's teaching it. Doesn't matter who. And you know what? It was about 5%. If that mostly Amritari community can say only 5% of them have studied Japji Sahib, and most people here, youth, don't understand Mool Mantar, so what are we doing? Is this going to get us anywhere? This bit here. Is it going to get us anywhere? No. This might get us somewhere, but we don't understand Bani. We're totally confused as to what Gurbani is saying. And you know what? That Shabad I read at the beginning, Pai parapat manuk de huriya, Gobind milan ki eh teri pariya, Avar kaas tere kite nakam, mil saad sangat bhaj keval naam, Saranjam lag bhavjal taran ke, Charam birtha jat, rang maya ke. How many of you just, it's not a test because you're not on camera, but just let me know, how many of you understand that, what I just said? 1, 2, yeah, you could probably get it, couldn't you? Go on. You get it? No? 3? No one else? So the reality is, right? Let's talk the reality is. We are not taught Sikhi. This is the real reality here. We are Sikhs who are not taught Sikhi. Isn't it? We're thrown into it's like turning up to school, university, like throwing into university every day, but you ain't being taught how to read. Teachers writing up there, they're talking away, but it's a different language. And you can't learn nothing by most of a different language, you don't know what you're talking about. So actually, no wonder we're doing this stuff, innit? Because this was not where we came from. This was not the Sikhi of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This was not where Guruji started from. So how did we end up here? I'll put it to you, we ended up here because we don't understand, right, this stuff. We don't understand Gurbani anymore. The further we go away from Gurbani, the less we understand what Sikhi is about. Because let me ask you one thing, what did the Gurus leave us?
A book. Well, the Guru Granth Sahib.
Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Gurbani. They left us more than just the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, other stuff, yeah.
We're meant to believe that Bani is Guru and Guru is Bani. So what we can inherit everything from reading Bani.
Yeah. Everything we need is in Gurbani. So imagine you went to university and they gave you a book at the beginning and they said, look, everything you need to know about this life is in this. Here's your instruction manual. If you do the syllabus, it's in here. Do all the studies, you put this in practice, you pass. Right? And then we put that on the shelf, covered it up nicely, looked at it from far away, and that's it. And ignored it. Totally ignored it. Not even read the first paragraph properly to understand what did he actually say? What was he on about? What was Guruji actually trying to tell us? Yeah? So, the unfortunate problem for all of us is this, yeah? This is the problem, I guess, that I'm dealing with. You know, if you're going to do a Panthic chart, yeah? Not chart that you guys think, yeah, when you go to the shops. I mean a chart with the R missing, with my London twang, yeah? Chart. Okay. Here's a pie chart. Now, what percentage of our Panth is into Sikhi? This is the Sikh Panth. All the people that say they're Sikhs, how many are there? 28 million people say 20, who knows? How many are into Sikhi?
You mean proper?
Percentage, yeah. Into Sikhi, like interested.
About 15 to 20.
Anybody else? I always be a bit optimistic and I'll give 25. So I think 25%, okay, 25%, they're actually interested in Sikhi. So guess what these lot are doing? They're bored in a Gurdwara. They go to the Gurdwara when they're young, then they stop going, don't they? When they get a bit older. And they don't go back. And they just turn up there on 2 or 3 occasions a year. What are they? Akhand parts? Weddings? Huh? Bhog, funerals, they turn up there. Rest of the time, no reading part, right? No reading, no really rehat, no kind of I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that because Guruji says so. Just out. Or they might give a couple of grand a year to some Akhand part here or something there. Yeah? They are actually very charitable though. One thing that the Sikhs are, we're the biggest charitable givers. So this bit is somehow flown through. They kind of have a concept of having all this langar figured out when they were growing up. They should be giving to people, so they end up giving. Yeah. What of this 25%? How many percent? What proportion of this you think is Amritari?
About 10.
10 out of 25. 10%.
Yeah.
Well, no. You mean like 2.5%, or do you mean like 10% of the Panth is Amritari?
10% of 25% basically.
So 2.5%.
No, I mean that.
No, yeah. Okay, so you mean 10%?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
2%.
You think less? 2%?
Yeah.
He thinks that it's a lot less. He's optimistic as well. Okay, let's just agree on the between, yeah? Between 2 and 10. Let's go to 5. So 5%, it's about this much of a slice, is Amritari, yeah? Mighty Khasa. Alright. Out of this 5%, how many people are just Amritari but not part in Jatha? And how many are in a Jatha? Of a group or of no affiliation? What do you think?
You mean like people like, the one you're saying of Jatt, people like come.
Taksali or AKJ or, Nihang Singh or, one of the just people who are just like off a group, and the ones that are just like floating about like me, not part of any group.
Floating about 5%.
5%. Oh no, of this. No. I'm talking about this lot, the Amritari lot. How many are?
5%.
So should we drop that in half or less? Less. Okay, so 1 or 2%. And that 1 to 2% is split up into Taksalis, AKJs, Nihang Singhs, and everybody else. Yeah, that group is all like that. And here's the funny thing. Yeah, these people, the ones that are in that 1 or 2%, they're trying to get these 5% to join them, and get this lot to join the 5%. Where are we focusing upon this big 75%? What are we doing for them? Nothing. And what are we doing for the wider public? The sort of Gore, Chinese, Americans, should they not be taught the wisdom of Guru Nanak Dev Ji? Given that he said, I am Jagat Guru. He travelled the whole world, went all over the world. What are we doing to teach the rest of the people of the planet? Even less than we're doing for these 75%. Yeah. And I was on the way up here, I was talking to a Benji, British, white, female, becoming a Sikh. And she just moaned about how hard it was for her to become a Sikh. And she said, I went to if I go to a mosque, they'll give me the Quran, they'll give me a hijab, they'll have everything available for me to become into a Muslim. They'll have courses, they'll have everything available for me to then progress. Support networks. And what do we do about the rest of the people in the world that want to come into Sikhi? Most of the time we can't even tell them about the spirituality because we don't know it ourselves. Just little test for you guys. And hands up who's seen a lot of the videos on our channel. Okay, alright. Who's seen the Muslim video? Okay, everybody's seen that one. Alright. If you haven't, it's crossed 500,000 views. So you should try and watch it. Okay. Alright. If we can put our hands up for a second, this is like a litmus test, yeah? If you all put your one hand up, just one of your hands up, and just put it on top of your head here. Okay? Now, if you know that you're touching Dasam Dwar right now, and this is what Guruji says Dasam Dwar, you can put your hand down. If you don't know what I'm talking about with Dasam Dwar, just keep your hand there. Okay, so that's probably majority of the room. We're talking about 70-80% of the room is like, what? That's what? Ki kya aap dobara kya dekh pari? Yeah. Dasam Dwar. Right. Now we all got eyes, nostrils, ears, yeah? So I'm going to count to the first 9. 10th door, the first 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and then 2 below, right? So we got 9 visible doors, yeah? Now we saw the mataki hoye, but still, they're physically there. And the 10th one is gupt. It's gupt, so it's hidden. So it's not physically seen, but it's there. Yeah? Gupt means you don't know where it is, but it's there. Right? Obviously, when you do the ardas, and they go gupt seva, the money came from someone, but you don't know who it was. So it's there, but you just can't see it. And that's dasan dua, that's here. It's there, but you can't show it to somebody's head, so there it is. And it allows you to experience God. So in the next 5-10 minutes, all I'm going to do is give you a simple analogy of Harmandir Sahib. To explain spirituality to you using simply Harmandir Sahib. Why am I going to use Harmandir Sahib? Because Harmandir Sahib is a very unique place. Can you all see this part here? Is that on? Can that see over here as well? Okay. Harmandir Sahib is a very amazing place. It's probably one of the only few places in the world where it's a temple of God, okay, made by the Gurus. Jesus didn't really design any architectural buildings, nor did Prophet Muhammad, yeah? We haven't got any mosques from Prophet Muhammad's time. We've got no gurdwaras. We've got this gurdwara made by the Gurus. I just want you to understand that's unique. Although everything about Sikhi is amazing, like the Arag, Kirtan, Guru Granth Sahib Ji. I just want you to understand this one part that is very unique, that we've got a building designed by the Gurus. And in Gurbani it says something very interesting. It says, we're talking about the body here, so we're not talking about religion. Forget any of this stuff, Punjabi religion. Let's just look at the message of Sikhi. And do we all agree that the message of Sikhi is for all of humanity? Or is it only for Punjabis? Was Guruji, in any of their messages, do they say, I come here for the Punjabis? No? It's for the world. So you all agree with that, yeah? All agree, hands up if you agree that it is actually for everybody and it's not restricted to Punjabis. You agree with me? Okay, cool. Everybody here agrees, yeah? It's not for Punjabis only. So, if the message is global, if it's universal, if it's meant for anybody to have it, Guru Sahib is talking to the body. And they say, Harmandir eho sarir hai. That this body is like the temple of God. Harmandir. Temple of God, yeah? The human body is one we get after a lot of travelling around in a big circle. 8.4 million lives, yeah? 8.4 million. We got, Guru Sahib says, 84 lakh June. That we go through 8.4 million lives, round and round, and finally, we find an entrance. And you can go in. Before that, you cannot go in. You can't, unless you're a good swimmer and you fancy you can't get to Harmandir Sahib from here. This is the only Gurdwara inside the Sarovar. Do you understand that? Every other Gurdwara that has a Sarovar, the Sarovar is not in the Gurdwara is not inside the Sarovar. This is the only one. And Guru Sahib has said, this is like the human body. So why did they make it this way? The only way to get in is in a human life. So we've all won the lottery. The lottery chances to win the UK lottery are 8 million to 1. We've all won the lottery by becoming a human being, because now we can enter from there and go in. Right? So we're all blessed. But how many of us actually feel so blessed? I'll come to you in a second. How many of us feel so blessed to be born as a human being? Again, it's only about 10% of you. Okay. I mean, do you understand reincarnation? Is that explained in Gurdwara? So this science doesn't get told to us. We don't get told. So you're giving a body, it's like giving an iPhone to someone and not giving them the instructions. The instructions came with the iPhone. You can get them. They don't actually come with the iPhone nowadays, but that's a bad example. But let's assume that the instructions came with the body. Guru Sahib was sent by God to tell us what to do with our body. But we're not reading the Gurbani, so we don't understand how valuable the thing that we have is. The human life. We assume, go na, chalugi, try what we can. We don't understand we're actually winning the lottery right now. if we don't make this work, we have to go back through. It's like walking at Harmandir Sahib. You know when people walk on their phone and they miss it? Like they miss what they were going to do. We're doing that right now. We're walking around Harmandir Sahib. When I get into Harmandir Sahib, there's a lot of traffic. You're getting pushed along, but we're getting distracted. And there's Darshan Dairy coming up, but we got distracted. And then, oops, we missed it now. We've got to go all the way around again. If we don't do it as a human, we have to go all the way around 8.4 million lives. And this is not me telling you this at all. It's irrelevant what I think in this conversation. Totally irrelevant. It was fun for the first part. Totally irrelevant because Guru Nanak Dev Ji is telling you this. And he's not here to lie to you. Do you get it? The Guru didn't get anything from Sikhi. Yeah? He went back to a farming life and gave it up. Gave it to Guru Angad. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, for the sake of Sikhi, was tortured to death. Yeah? Guru Tegh Bahadurji was beheaded for Sikhi. Guru Gobind Singh lost his father, his mother and his 4 children. He didn't gain anything from Sikhi. And yet he still says the same thing. 8.4 million lives. They ain't lying to you. If you want to find out about life, the Guru is telling you the truth. So you won the lottery already. How important is this life? Yeah. And then, sorry, what was your question? We'll go carry on. What was your question?
4 entrances.
Yeah, for the moment, anybody, that basically means anybody can go into this. That's what I meant by the first part. It's open to anybody. This teaching is open to anybody. Yeah, doesn't matter if you're black, white, low caste, high caste. This is for everybody. We already established that. Right. I want to get into Harmandir Sahib. Let's say here is the ik. Right. Now, to get into Harmandir Sahib, you need humility. You need to go down. You don't go up Harmandir Sahib. You from the outside, you go down. You understand that part? The pictures, you see, you step down to Harmandir Sahib. You don't step up. So the humility means you accept that I don't know everything. You accept, that I don't know everything. And you accept that Guru Sahib does know what he's on about. So you go to him expecting to learn from him. You go there with your cup is empty. You don't go there saying, I know everything I need to know, Maharaj. I don't really need to learn anything from you. I'm alright, Jack. No, it's not that. You go there saying, look, I don't know anything. Sikhao. Yeah? You go there to learn. Humility means you go there to learn from somebody bigger and greater and more knowledgeable than you. How many of us nowadays go to Gurdwara with the intention that I'm going to learn something from my Guru about how to apply it in my life? Well, you know why we don't do that? Because of this stuff. We switched off. We go to Gurdwara and we switched off already. Sometimes you talk to somebody about God, and I've done this sometimes, family and stuff. The minute you start talking about God, the eyes glaze over, the lights are on, but no one's home. They've left. You want to see transmigration of the soul, just talk to someone who's not interested in God, about God. They will disappear in front of you. You still here? Yeah. They literally glaze over, they disappear. Yeah. They're not interested. Because they've spent so many years going to Gurdwara and being bored, they think now I'm going to get bored again. Don't switch off. Because they don't get taught anything in the Gurdwara. So part of what I'm trying to do now is to actually get you to just listen for a bit. Because you might learn something about what Guru is saying that you might not have learned in the Gurdwara. And this might be really important. And in case you thought, well, I don't know, this guy, let's just assume that it's nothing to do with me, it's just what Guru Nanak wants you to learn today. Let's just say today, we're going to talk about what the message of Guru Nanak Dev Ji is. Let's just say today you get to hear what he wanted to say to you. If you hadn't heard it before. You might have heard it before. But for those that haven't, today might be the day you get to hear what Guru Nanak Dev Ji came here to tell you. So it's worth concentrating. What he's saying is something very simple. Go down with humility. Get to this part here. You've got the human life. And then go inwards to find God. Go inwards to find God. See how cool it is? Yeah, and then, see this bit here? There's a door to go in from. Here. From this door, it doesn't point out. As you can see, mine is covered by quite a lot of cloth. It does not point out. It points in. From here, go in and find God inside you. In here. Isn't it cool? You can only get in from one place in Harmandir Sahib. Dasam Dwar is the way in. Yeah? This here, from this center of energy here, we can experience God. And as you experience Him in here, you can bring Him into your heart until He stays there. Drid hoke. Yeah? Vaheguru is inside our heart. And it's an experience. Just like you see with your eyes and you hear with your ears, you will experience God from up here. No joke, real experience. When I was 21, I nearly got freaked out. I went to this guy's house, sing. He was giving me a lift back to university. He pulls out a guitar and he goes, let's meditate. And I'm like, I'm from a Jatt Punjabi family. We don't meditate in our family. He goes, no, let's try it. Sikhi is all about Simran. I was like, I don't know what Simran is. I really had no clue what Simran was. And he pulls out the guitar and they start playing Vaheguru Simran. And I'm sitting there like, it's like, like being transported on the planet. It's like going from here to here. I was like, this is what I'm used to. This is what I know. This is Sikhi for me. And you're talking about this stuff. Religious and meditation. Anyway, I decided to say one Vaheguru for company's sake. I said, I'll just try it, see what happens. No one told me something's going to happen to me anyway. They didn't tell me you're going to experience God. I thought we're singing Vaheguru. It's a cool tune. He's got a guitar. Let's join in. And as I said, a couple of Vahegurus, something happened to me. And it scared me out of my mind. This overwhelming power invading my personal space scared me. I was like, what's going on here? What? Experiencing God? That can't be real. I was the president of the Hip Hop Society. Yeah? I was going down we from Oxford, we would travel down in groups to go to Brixton Academy, listen to Eminem and Dr. Dre. That was not me, the person who meditates. I was smoking weed, drinking, messing around with the Kuriya. Me, meditate. And I was like, and then it was amazing. So I went from scared to wow. And then it finished. That was it. And I was like, whoa, what was that? And then I went back to my girlfriend. I said to her, weird stuff happened. We sat down, guitar, Vaheguru, and something weird happened to me. She's Christian, white. She's like, I don't know, what's that all about? I was like, I don't know what it's about. No one ever told me Sikhs meditated. I didn't know what it was about. So then I started reading stuff about spirituality. And then I went to a camp. And every morning at the camp, they would get up in the morning and they would meditate for 1 hour. And I thought, well, I'll have to have a go at this. I was thinking, you know what? The Gurus, they can't do me any wrong. In my mind, I saw Guru Gobind Singh. I said, Guru Gobind Singh can't do anything wrong to me. So if this is what he is on about, let me just see what it does for me. Yeah? Imagine you're standing at top of a slide, yeah, big water slide, or a start of a roller coaster, and Guru Gobind Singh is putting you on there. He said, come on, don't worry about it. And I was like, I'm the kind of person, if Guru Gobind Singh was pushing me down a hill, I'll be like, oh, okay, off I go. I'll just have a go. Because it's Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So I just got in the morning, every morning at 4 a.m, just get down there and just start saying Vaheguru. And a week later, I was like, this is heaven. Why didn't anybody tell me you can experience God while you're alive? Why did I not get told this? What was like a big secret? Was it like you can only get told it when you're 21 years old? Why didn't they tell me that we can meditate and experience God? Why was I denied this? Such a powerful thing. Why didn't they tell me? Was I just told to run after money, women, drugs, alcohol, getting drunk? Why was I told that was important, but never told you can experience God? At least tell me that I could have done 2 options. I was denied this option totally. I was just told, this is what life is. This is what I was told. Do this. You'll be a good Sikh. And I was actually really annoyed. I was like, what the? Had I ever known that it was so good, I wouldn't have wasted all that time, money, running after this other bakwas. And it was an amazing experience. Nothing like the drugs and the alcohol and the women. Way, way better. I was blown away by it. And I was like, where did they hide this stuff? Why did they tell people? Like, surely, when you walk into Gurdwara, they should grab you and go, wait. And Guruji does. Then when I started to learn Part later on, I taken Amrit Badan, I started to learn Part after taking Amrit. And then I read Rehra Sahib. And Guru Sahib is saying, Pai parapat manuk de huriya, gobind milan ki eh teri bariya. Listen to the translation. He goes, you've achieved a human body. This is your turn to meet God. It's like saying to someone, hey, you've come to Harmandir Sahib, go in. Avar kaas tere kite nakam. Nothing else is of any use to you. You know, people tell you, when you go to school, they don't give you random books, they give you the books you need to pass that course. When you come upon this earth, Guru Sahib is saying, Avar kaas tere kite nakam. Nothing else is going to help you in this life. It's going to be no use to you. Mil saad sangat bhaj keval naam. Join with the holy people and jap naam. Meditate upon God's name. And what will you find in there? What will you find in there in Harmandir Sahib? God. But if you went to Harmandir Sahib now physically, what would you find in there when you went inside? Guru. Wouldn't you? Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And no one had told me Guru is God. No one had told me that. I thought he was a teacher, wise man. No one had told me God came as Guru Nanak. When I read the Bani, that's what it said. Gur Paramesar Eko Jan. Guru and God, know them as one. Gur Par Brahm Paramesar Aap. Guru is Par Brahm Paramesar Appaya. Aap Narayan Kalatar Jag Meh Parvaryo. Appay Vaheguru has come down into this world as Guru Nanak. Now I was like, why didn't they tell me Guru Nanak Dev Ji was God? Why did they tell me he was just a teacher? One more religion. What more religion? God's come down as Guru Nanak Dev Ji to give us the ultimate message. Nowhere before in the history of mankind have 10 prophets come. The word prophet is too low for Guru anyway. Never in the history of mankind 10 leaders come consistently showing the same life over 200 years. Nowhere in the history of mankind have they written their own Bani. Jesus left none of his own Bani. Muhammad left none of his own Bani that was written down by him and checked by him. Only the Gurus come down and start writing their own stuff, compiling it, codifying it, numbering it, putting it into a text for us that we cannot mess up. You know, like it's like people are trying to bake. You know, they say, hey, bake yourself a loaf. And human beings trying to make this loaf for thousands of years, yeah. And we keep messing it up because we've got like ingredients list missing and stuff. You know, like we're trying to guess how to make it. We got all the ingredients, we don't know how to make it, or put a bit of this, put a bit of that. And along comes the baker. Comes down, gives you the list, makes it. Over 200 years of training you how to make that loaf, and then now we can make the loaf. And then, for some stupid reason, we take his booklet and put it up on a shelf and don't look at it again. You wonder why the hell our loaf doesn't work. This is what's happening in our community now. We put away the instruction manual to success. And instead we picked up the book of failure. I said, let's just go through this for a little while. Why not? It looks fun. Why not? In here is God, and in here is Guru, because Guru and God are the same. So for a little while I was shocked. I was like, hold on, I'm being totally conned here. We've got a leaflet called AGB, Akal Gurbani, and it's called the Sikh lens. It's how to see Sikhi clearly. Literally, Sikhs are looking at Sikhi, but they're looking at it like, what is it? Guru Nanak Dev Ji sent by God. It's not a man-made religion, it's a God-made religion. He was sent here, he was the light himself. As a full power of God. Yeah? Akal made Sikhi. Guru is able to do kirpa, Gur Prasad. We say in the Mool Mantar, it means Guru Sahib has the power to bless us. Guru has the power to enlighten us. Guru has come with the powers of God. And then Bani is God. Bani is not, but we treat it like God. We treat Gurbani like God. We bow to it, put it on our head, we don't touch it. If our hands are jute. But Bani is God. Why is it God? It can enlighten you. And when you touch God, you get enlightened. When you touch Bani, you'll be enlightened. When you touch fire, you get burnt. When you touch God, you get bliss and you get enlightenment. And when you touch Bani, you get bliss and you get enlightenment. And the words I'm speaking to you now, this is basically Bani translated into English. This is what Bani's power is. And I can feel that same bliss now that I would get from reading Part. Because we're just talking Bani here to you. It's in English, but it says Gurbani. Yeah? And this Bani has the power to take us out of this world into reality. It's like going to, Amritsar is not a great place generally. They have cussings. In a Punjabi Indian culture, they cuss Amritsar. Yeah? But when you get here, it's like you've walked into another place, another planet. Outside Amritsar, trying to rob you, skank you, trying to make you give up all your money to buy bakwas stuff. As soon as you go inside Harmandir Sahib, they're like, am I still in India? Gore do this. They walk inside Harmandir Sahib and they go, hey, where have I come? No beggars. No one walking around stressing me out. Beautiful water to look at. Amazing buildings shining out like a spaceship. Where have I come to? Gurmat ditthe sabe thav nahi tujhe hiya. I've seen all the places in the world, is nothing like you. It's like a portal to another world, isn't it? All the hustle bustle gone, Shanti, Kirtan going all the time. Even the fish are chilling out. The fish are proper chilled out in Harmandir, listen to Kirtan all day long. It's like Guru Sahib recreated heaven for us. He said, let me show you what heaven might look like. And then you might say, what is heaven? What am I aiming for? What's heaven for? That's written in Bani, I couldn't believe it. Bani is explaining heaven to you every day, twice a day, if you do your part. Twice a day, Guru Sahib describes heaven. You know what it's called? So dar tera keha, so kar keha, jit behe sarab samale. Guru says, where is that place, that home you live in, that you saw everybody out? Where is your place? And what does he say then? Gavan todno pavan pani baisantar gave raja taram davare. Gavan todno chit gupt lik janan lik lik taram bichare. They're all singing to you, Vaheguru. Gavan. So, newsflash. Heaven is like a Kirtan darbar. They're all singing praise of God. If you thought heaven was going to be places where milk and honey and women, sorry to disappoint you. Heaven is like a Kirtan darbar. If you don't like Kirtan now, what are the chances you're going to get into that heaven? Think, heaven is like a Kirtan darbar. I don't like going to Kirtan darbars now. Will I be allowed into heaven? No. Because you ain't going to like it anyway. You're not of that ilk. You know when they walk into a place inappropriately dressed, inappropriately ready. It's a black tie dinner and you walk up wearing Ali G clothes with a big spliff in your hand like, yo, where's the party at? And they're like, I don't think you come to the right place. It'll be like that. You go up there, they'll be, I don't think you're for here, mate. I think you should go back somewhere else or go try again. Come back next time. Because heaven is like a Kirtan darbar. Because Guru Sahib has recreated heaven here. The problem is, if we don't like listen to Kirtan, it's because we haven't woken up. The soul loves Kirtan. Where did the soul come from? The soul came out of here. We came out of the one, and we traveled around, and now we've got to go back. So the soul actually loves Kirtan. The soul, when it experiences God, loves Kirtan. But the soul has never experienced God so far in this life, because it's stuck in this illusion. And when it wakes up from this illusion, and it suddenly realizes, whoa, I've come from God. Whoa, I can meditate and experience God. When it goes in from here, then it wants to go all the way down, and it loves Kirtan after that. start switching on, you know, like mobile phones, airplane mode off, yeah, and suddenly you can do stuff with it. Before that you can't. And Guru Sahib is trying to get us to go in, experience it, and then from then on, it's all good. Because then it suddenly Sikhi will make sense to you. You know what, I'm the kind of person, I can tell you now, I didn't like going to Kirtan Darbars. I did not like going to Gurdwara on a Sunday. The only reason I went, because positive reinforcement by Guruji since I was a little kid. What was that? Prashad. Every time I went to Gurdwara as a kid, I'd get prashad. Yeah? So, in my head, Gurdwara was a good place to go. Because you go there and you get prashad. So, even though I didn't like listen to Kirtan, I just like going to Gurdwara because it was nice and peaceful and you can get some nice prashad. From a little baby's age, I was hooked on going to Gurdwara and I never thought I shouldn't go to Gurdwara. But I couldn't sit there because I didn't get it. I'd just sit there for 5-10 minutes and I'd be bored. And when I was going to Gurdwara, in those days, you didn't even have phones that much. Yeah? Text messaging just started. Yeah? So there was nothing to mess about on. I'd just sit there looking for a little while. There was no Sikhi to the max. And I'd be like, it's all very well, thanks, but I'll go have some langar now. Done my religious bit. Have my langar, then I go home. And that was my religious bit. How did I go from there into someone who likes sitting for an hour saying Vaheguru, or listening to Kirtan or reading part? It was not my doing. It was not my doing, it was Guru Sahib's doing. All he did is flick a switch, turn me from negative to positive. Yeah? And suddenly all those things that he was doing before anyway, that happened in Gurdwara, suddenly they made sense. And I'll tell you an explanation is, give it analogy, yeah? That's why Bhai Jagraj starts talking about love. You know, Bhai Jagraj, he's like the nephew of the third Guru. He's the mama of the fifth Guru. He's all in the Guru's family, he's writing. And he starts talking about Laila Majnu and Heer Ranja. You know these people, love stories of Punjabi, yeah? And he goes, you got a love like that? And I didn't get it. But when I was about 18, 19, I fell in love. It's a heartbreaking story, I don't want to go into it. I fell in love, yeah. It was this long distance relationship anyways, it's a sad story. Point is, suddenly, once I fell in love, all the love songs made sense. Who knows what I'm talking about? When you fall in love songs make sense. Yeah, I'm talking to an adult audience, isn't it? Although you should not be, you know, theoretically, like on Sikhi torte, you should not be getting into relationships when you're unmarried. But even if you don't know, if that's, because you don't know about it, that's alright, because you don't know. But when you learn about Sikhi, you'll understand why. Don't worry about that for now. The point is, trying to explain to people, when you fall in love songs make sense. But when you're not in love songs sound soppy and a bit weird. Don't they? Valentine's Day, everybody's going crazy and you're like, I'm not in a relationship, this is bakwas, man. Matters going around, stopping, staring at each other's eyes, oh I love you. You think, what are you on about? That is exactly what Sikhi is like. The person in love is like, oh it's amazing. And the person not in love is like, I don't know what you guys are on about. You guys are like insane, man. And it's just that flicking that switch, falling in love. Yeah? And what Mala says, Jagare man jagan hare. Say, oh my mind, you're sleeping, wake up. Wake up, Jagare man jagan hare, bin har avarna avasakama, jhutha moh mitya pasare. Wake up my mind, you're sleeping, wake up. Without Vaheguru, nothing is going to come of any use to you. Guru Arjan Dev Ji is saying this to us. Asa mahla panjwa, yeah? ये सतगुर अपना सदा सद सदा समारे गुर के चरण के संग चारे जाग रे मन जागन हारे बिन हर अवरना आवस कामा झूठा मोह मिथ्या पसारे. It's all fake, it's all attachment, it's all fake, they're saying. झूठा है. Then they say, रहाओ गुर की बानी स्यो रंग लाए. They say, love Gurbani. Love Gurbani, the Maharaj says, Gur kirpal hoye, dukh jaye. Guru will do kirpa upon you if you sing his Bani with love and he'll take away all your pain. Do you know what? Since that day, 21 years ago, since I first met my Guru, when I went to the camp, no matter how bad things got, I never felt that much dukh. Weird, isn't it? Never felt. Why is that? Will you guess why? Because all I had to say was say Vaheguru and feel blissed out. How can you feel dukh when you're sitting there spaced out, jumping naam and, effectively stoned as what the world might understand? You're blissed like, Vaheguru. No matter how bad things got, all you have to say, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, and then feeling blissed out. So surely, dukh goes in it. Because you think the world is so tough, and suddenly the solution comes in one little word. Just call God's name. All you have to do is call God's name. And this is Satnam. Sat. To find the Sat, the truth, chant His name. Okay? I can't talk more than that. It's just simple. To find Him, call Him. What could be easier than that? What in this world will come to you if you call it? Even a dog won't come to you if you call it. Cat definitely won't. Yeah? And we're supposed to be controlling them. But the one Lord of the universe, who made everything, who made all of us, so powerful He could ignore us, He comes to us if we call Him. Simple as that. And if you call Him, you can find Him. So easy, isn't it? Who would have thought? I'm going to do a little bit of Simran now, right? And I just want everybody to join in. Okay? I don't know how much you've done Simran before. It doesn't really bother me whatsoever. Yeah? Because if you said one, you said 1,000,000 times. You don't know when the Kirpa is going to happen. But I'll say it. You say it back to me, yeah? Alright. Vaheguru. 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 Sorry, bolo louder. Vaheguru. 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 Louder. Vaheguru. 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 Vaheguru.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।